Well, hello to you. I am Dr. Candace Jones, and I am giving some instruction today on how to use the Finding Success in Reading and Language Arts curriculum for emerging readers. Emerging readers are those little ones who cannot read yet. Um, it could even be older ones. It really just depends on what's going on with your child. If they do not know how to read, then this is the curriculum for them. So let's get into it. All right, so this is for emerging readers and writers. So right here in the middle is our Finding Success in Reading Phonics Plus. This is a specialized curriculum that I put together. It is a very easy to use curriculum for those parents or instructors in a school classroom who you need step-by-step instruction. What do I do first? What do I do second? What do I do third to get this child reading? Then this is for you. It is a combination of whole language and phonics. In my almost 30 years of experience, this is the best way to teach reading. This is the easiest way to teach reading, okay? So this is Phonics Plus. This is the textbook that you will use. Also pictured here is the second textbook that you will use. This is for those who are learning how to write. So this is Finding Success in Handwriting. So these two textbooks will be used during this school year. These are the only two that you're going to need for the school year. You will also, of course, need your mathematics, but there's a mathematics video. So for English, reading language arts, you need Finding Success in Reading Phonics Plus, and you need the writing handbook that gets little ones ready to rock and roll, gets them reading, gets them writing by the end of the course. Also pictured here is the How to Teach Your Toddler to Read course. This is an online course that I've developed to show parents step by step how to get those 2- and 3-year-olds reading. Now, this course is not just limited to ages 2 and 3. It is for the non-reading child. This is how you do it at home, step by step, okay? And this is what you would use either in conjunction with Phonics Plus or before you start Phonics Plus, okay? All right. So our Phonics Plus textbook pictured here is what you need to use in your daily instruction. There is enough instruction in this book to get you through an entire year, maybe even 2 years. It really just depends on your child. Now, one of the things that I'm going to tell you, this is a tip, parents, especially those of you who have multiple children. Each one of them are different. It doesn't matter that it's the same mom and the same dad. Each child is going to be different, okay? So you may be able to move quickly with one child. You may have to move like a snail with another child. This is perfectly okay. You never want to rush any type of academic process, okay? It takes as long as it takes, and I promise you, it is okay. The goal that you have is to make sure your child masters, okay? Mastery before moving forward, okay? All right, so there are assessments in this book. After each lesson, there's an assessment so that you can see how you did as the instructor and you can see how they did as the student. The results of the instruction let you know whether you need to, hey, we in this for another week or another few days, or rather, okay, we got it, we're moving forward, okay? So the way I like to tell is about 85% If the child gets 85% of each assessment correct, then move forward. Okay, then it's okay to move forward. Anything less than 85%, I need you to stay on that until they get at least 85%. And if you were to go old school and put a letter grade according to this percentage, 85% is a B. Okay. Notice I didn't want to stop at C-level mastery because this is reading. This is your foundation to reading and writing, and you want to make sure that your child is getting complete mastery. I've had questions. Well, what if my child gets 85% mastery, but I want them to have 100%? That's okay. You can continue with it. But what I would encourage you to do, instead of staying back and risking the chance of boring the child, because it's going to be boring if they already know how to do it and they may lose interest. What you do is continue reviewing that old lesson while you move on to the new. Does that make sense? So if yesterday or last week they got 85% mastery in what you were working on, but you're like, I really would like to have 95% mastery, what you do is go ahead and move forward with this week's lesson. Okay. And some additional work that you're going to do this week will be the information from last week. That way, you're steady putting it in front of them and reviewing, but you're not leaving them stagnated, not allowing them to move forward. So keep that in mind. That's very important. All right. Next, as we are learning to write, here is our Finding Success in Handwriting textbook. Some of the resources that you're going to need to go along with this book will be your jumbo pencils and your jumbo crayons. If you have young ones, kindergarten age, that's 5, age 6, ages 4 even, and even your toddlers 2 and 3, when they first start to write, you should give them jumbo crayons and jumbo pencils. Those are the fat ones. Why? Because they have the smaller hands, and with the smaller hands, the muscles are not as developed yet. Okay, they are not as strong as we would like them to be, and it's going to be easier for them to grip something that's fatter than it is for them to grip a skinny pencil or skinny utensil. So keep that in mind. You want to get them jumbo utensils to write with. All right. So next up is learning to write. Our grammar curriculum, or reading language arts curriculum, is married to our publishing curriculum. So every school year, our children write books because the mission here at Success Academy is to have children, or teach children, help children establish multiple income streams while they are in school, so that they are learning to do their academics, but they also see a connection between academics, working hard to achieve something, and how money plays into it, because we work hard to achieve something. And so we want to incentivize children to learn and to do well by monetizing their lessons, which also sets them up for success later on in life. Okay, so if this school had a theme to it, it would be the rich young ruler from the Bible. Think very careful about that. The rich young ruler, he was young and he was rich. He was young and he was ruling. How was that accomplished? His parents had to begin to instill those things, instill how to become wealthy in him while he was young. They were instilling how to rule over people while he was young, okay? And I always tell people that wasn't taught. to the masses. You don't teach the masses how to become wealthy. You don't teach the masses how to rule, because you can only generally have one ruler. So that guy, the rich young ruler from the Bible, he was taught at home. That guy was homeschooled. So how you do a young child, how you get them to write a book is generally they're dictating. If they haven't learned to write and express themselves completely where they can write down what they want to say, you're going to have them dictate. So you give them prompts, you ask them, what's fun for you? What do you like to do? And you go from there. And as they begin to talk to you, you're going to see story elements begin to develop. And you can begin dictating your child's story for them. Make sure it's their words. You can prompt them. You can ask them questions to help keep them focused on the storyline, but don't give them any words. Allow it to be all of theirs. So when they put their name on the book, it really is their book. So parents, you helicopter parents, don't be tempted to stick your own words in that baby's book. Write your own book. Allow them to write their own, okay? Now, this is the way it works. After a child dictates a sentence to you, they may say something like, I want to be a superhero. You write down, I want to be a superhero, because you're dictating that for them. Then you make them write that sentence down. Okay. So you may have a separate dictation session, but then after that, you may want to have a separate writing section, because it's going to take them longer to write at this age and stage than it is going to take them to verbally dictate a story to you. Okay. So that is how you get a young one to write a book. You prompt them. If you don't know how to do it, you don't know how to write a book, you don't know how to put that thing all together, you're going to need this textbook. I recommend that the young ones write fiction. Why? Because they're super creative anyway. They are so imaginative, and I want you to encourage that in them. They come up with the wildest, most amazing scenarios and things. And so we really need to capitalize off of that and turn that into legacy for them, because they're going to have their books for years and years and years to come. Okay. So this textbook will show you how to do it step by step, parents. All right, so while you're going through the Finding Success in Reading Language Arts program, you're going to need some resources. I love to have packages of flashcards. You can make your own flashcards. Sometimes I make flashcards out of index cards, the white ones, and I'll use colored markers, or I'll just get colored index cards and I'll use a dark marker to make alphabet flashcards. I recommend that you teach, when you're teaching the alphabet, teach both letters at the same time, the upper and the lower case. If you try to teach them separately, you're going to confuse them. So teach big A, little a at the same time, so that they begin to recognize two letters at once, which will speed up the process of them learning the 26 letters. After they learn the letters and then the letter sounds, it is time to begin giving them sight words. All of that is found in your textbook, but the textbook also has cards that you can tear out and cut out. If you like to keep your books intact, that's fine. You can use your index cards to make flashcards for your child. Also, you want to label your environment. How do you do that? Well, check out my YouTube at Dr. Candace Jones, EDD. I've got quite a few videos called Teach Your Child to Thrive and Grow that shows you how to label your environment, how to do different things for young kids, and how to do it properly and effectively. Also, I've got some educational videos that can help you on the Expanded Educational Services YouTube. So I've got two YouTubes. You're going to find helpful things on both. To make it easier, just go ahead and go to the website, and you could get to it from our website at expandededucationalservices.com, or the school's website at saballoons.org. I hope you have enjoyed this session on how to use the first installation of the Finding Success in Reading Language Arts curriculum. This is the textbook. You see it's pretty chunky, it's color coded because there's so many different levels of activities in here. And again, there are instructions for the parent on how to do these things in each lesson. It's a full colored book. It's got absolutely everything you need, even songs. It's got some flashcards built in. Like I said, you could choose to cut them out or you could leave them inside. Totally up to you how you use this, but this is what you need. And as far as more reading resources, I love the supplemental material of Dick and Jane pre-primers. Why did I go way back to Dick and Jane? Because I am the back to the basics guru. I believe in going back to the basics. This was as basic as you can get. Why with this series? Because it's exactly what you need to teach whole language and phonics mixed together. It's got the perfect amount of repetition. The sizing of the words on the page is exactly as it should be for young readers. And another thing, the material, the subject matter is appropriate for young children. You don't have to worry about them being exposed to anything that you would not like them to know, parents or instructors. It is chaste, it is modest, and it is clean literature protecting the innocence of your children. Okay? So until next time, I hope you have enjoyed how to use your Finding Success in Reading Language Arts Phonics Plus curriculum. And here also, to go with this, is the handwriting manual, okay? And it's teaching children how to write from the beginning stages. It is a full color manual. It is teaching them from the beginning how to make the dots, how to make the lines, the curves, the whole thing, and then how to write the letters. Everything is laid out for you step by step, easy to give instruction for you parents who have not been classically educated on how to be instructors. Everything is laid out for you, okay? Making it very easy. So these are the two grammar books that you would need. Here is the How to Write a Fiction Book textbook, okay? Tells you step by step how to write a fiction book, okay? And parents, there's no age or grade level on this book. This book is for all people. Hint, hint, you know you've been called to write a story, to teach a lesson. You know it's within you to do it. It's in most people to tell a story. So your child can use this book and you can use this book as well. It will help you conceptualize, come up with a topic to write about. What do you do first? What do you do second? How do you take that topic and blow it into an entire book or novel? Okay, so until next time.